Might even do a stitch here. Stitch panoramics. Well, today's one of those mornings where you're in bed, your alarm's going off. Keep hitting the snooze button every 2 minutes. Outside, it's raining, gloomy, and you just want to stay in bed. But those are the kind of days really where you should just get up and get out and try and make the most of the conditions. Well, I've come over onto Dartmoor this morning and it's surprisingly clear, as you can see behind me. Got clear skies. There's some lovely cloud formations and a bit of mist building up as well. So yeah, it looks quite promising despite that start this morning. So let's go down and get set up. So I've come up onto Dartmoor. I'm up at a place called Vixen, which is just over my left-hand shoulder there in the distance. It's I was hoping for some mist here, but the mist seems to be over to my right-hand side and my left-hand side, but not where I'm going. But that's fine. The sky is nice and clear, considering what it was like when I left home this morning. It's looking pretty nice. Sun's going to come up over to my right-hand side. So I'm hoping this morning to get a couple of shots. I want to take a shot from back here somewhere as well with a longer lens, my 70-300, to try and get that, compress that perspective. Got some nice cloud build up in the background there as well over in the distance. So that should look quite nice. But I think I'm going to get down first, do a couple of shots there, and with a slightly shorter lens, because there's some lovely moody clouds in behind there. So I'm just hoping for a burst of light as well this morning. That would just put the icing on top of the cake. So let's get down there and get set up. So we're here, very short walk this morning, which is good. You can see behind me, there's Vixen right there behind me. Now you can see this wall running along here. The Tor itself is actually on private land, so you can't actually go in there, which is fine. I've shot here many times before. Last time I was here was back in the summer last year, I think. Might have been the year before, I can't remember now. But yeah, I normally stand on this rock behind me here. I'm probably going to use like a 24-70, trying to zoom past the front of the wall here. But look at that sky. I don't know if this doesn't come across on this video very well, but the sky is looking really moody behind. So yeah, it should be pretty good. I'm hoping I probably won't need any grads or anything this morning, not on this particular shot. Still waiting for the sun to come up. Sun's coming up over this side. So when it pops through, it'll side light the Tor. There's a few trees around the Tor as well, which are like really nice sort of old hawthorn trees, really characterful of this location. So yeah, I'm going to get set up on my rock and then just wait for the light. So before I actually set the camera up, that's perfect there. I like to get the tripod pretty much in place so I can just get up with the camera then. Makes it a lot easier. So I've got my 24-70 on, precariously balanced on the edge of this rock here. But I've had to kind of get across as far as I can, because I'll show you in a minute in the camera, but there's a tree on the right hand side of the Tor and there's this rock here, and I don't want to obscure the tree basically, so I'm having to sort of stand right on the edge of this, which is fun. Hopefully I won't fall off. Still waiting for the light to pop through, so there's no rush, but this is looking really nice. This cloud formations behind are just fantastic. Let's have a look. Now with the 2470, it's giving me enough reach to get past this wall at the start here, so yeah, that's nice. I'm going to crop in, just level things up a bit. That's nice. And I said I wouldn't use a grad. I'm not sure yet, but I think we should be fine. Okay, that's looking nice. Now I want to shoot this at about f14, which should give me enough. That should give me enough depth of field. And like I said, just waiting for that magic light to come through. So I'll get this framed up, then I shall show you the composition, but the sky is looking absolutely great. So this is my composition, nice and tight crop. I might crop in a little bit closer than that. I'm just thinking, I just want to try and tighten up the trees there. So there we go, I want them on the edge of the frame. But you can kind of see the sky there as well, which is looking really nice. I've got a grad on at the moment, 0.6, just a soft grad, just over the top part of the sky, just to hold that sky detailing at the top. But yeah, it's looking nice. When I was here shooting back in the summer last year or the year before, I had mist actually here at this location. So all around the base of these trees, there was a nice layer of mist. I was kind of hoping for that this morning, but I don't think that's going to happen. But that's fine. You know, you get here, you got to go with what you got, basically. So I'm pretty pleased with the sky behind. That's kind of making the image, I think, for me. All I need is just that burst of light. So I know I keep saying that, but light is so important with photography. It can make or break an image, and I think here especially, I think it's going to make it. Where the sun is, I don't know. There's quite a lot of heavy cloud on the horizon over this way, so I've just got to kind of stick it out and wait and see what happens. Are you going to be a good boy if I let you off? Yeah? You want a little run around? I've actually moved position because the cloud has kind of shifted over. So I've come down to the sort of left-hand side of the shot, and I've got a really nice composition here. The trees are a little bit more isolated either side as well, which is good. So yeah, I'm going to try this. There's two compositions. I don't think this is crying out for a panoramic shot here. I might even do a stitch here. Stitch panoramics? No, I don't know. There's a couple of shots here I want to try. Now I've got this wall here, which I'll spin you around, which is literally at my chest height. So I'm going to have to raise the tripod up quite a bit to get past the wall. But you can see I've got that tree there, which is a bit more isolated from here, and that tree there as well. So that's the plan. I might take a shot just cropped in on this one here. We'll see what we've got. Might try a 16:9 crop. That's one good thing with this Canon R6. I've got the option to use different crop modes on here. I've got 16:9, got 1:1 crop as well, which is nice. Makes a change. I couldn't do that with the Sony. So yeah, that's good. The sun's nearly popping through, so we should get some nice light in a minute. So I'm in position. I've managed to get high enough without too much grief. So I've cleared the wall. And let's see, I've got a composition here which I've got this left-hand tree in. I'll show you the composition in a minute on the back. But I can't get the right-hand tree in as well, which is a shame. Like I say, it's crying out for a panoramic shot here, so I might even do a stitch. I haven't got my panoramic cam with me, but it's certainly one to keep in mind and come back to at some stage, I think. I've got an app on my phone for my panoramic camera, a viewfinder app, so I might take a couple of record snaps with that, which is good to kind of remind me of where to stand. So this is my composition. I quite like this actually. I think including the other tree as well, albeit in a panoramic format, I quite like this. Kind of gives it a bit of balance with that tree off to the left-hand side. You can see that nice moody sky. So yeah, that's looking quite nice. Right, the light's nearly here. And normally what I like to do is look around me, see behind me, see up there. The light's actually touching the tor up there. So I can tell, and also that tor up behind me here as well. So it's starting to come up, and like I say, light makes all the difference. You can see on my face that the light's improving now. So I'm hoping it will give it a little bit of side light, and it'll also light the landscaping behind the scene as well. So it gives it some depth. I think when you're shooting and you've got the lights poor, it makes it flat and lifeless, whereas the light lifts it, gives it, especially early in the morning and late in the evening, you get that nice kind of low side light. And we're still in January at the moment, so it makes all the difference. It can, like I said before, it can make or break a shot. Okay, so we've got some light, still a lot of high level clouds, so it's fighting to get through that, but it's nice and subtle. Didn't want it too harsh, but it's lighting up the foreground, the hills in the distance, and obviously the side of the tor as well. I've actually chosen to do this in a 16:9 crop as well. Got my little remote here, which I'm going to try out now, so it's looking good. I can shield the front of the lens just to stop any kind of flare bouncing across. Let's have a look. Yes, that looks nice.
Later when the sun goes down, we could walk this autumn town, find a place to be alone.
Now, whilst I'm in this 16:9 crop, I'm going to completely contradict myself, and I'm going to do a panoramic stitch. Haven't got my panoramic camera with me, so it's got to be done. This shot is really nice here, so I want to kind of make the most of it while I'm here. I know that I said before in another video about, you know, stitching pictures together is kind of soulless, and yeah, it kind of is. It's actual computer side of it, it's not as enjoyable as actually shooting a panoramic with film. But like I say, I'm in this position, this is all I've got with me, so I'm going to make the most of it and actually utilise a stitched panorama.
Just hold on. Turn into day. Now I was thinking you should stay. Memories for our house to hold.
Well, I'm definitely going to return with my panoramic film camera at some point. I'll probably wait until the spring, early summer, and it would be nice if I've got some mist here when I come back. So I'm going to head back up this pathway up here, and I'm going to shoot with the 70-300. I'm hoping to get a nice long shot. Just wondering whether or not to go up that side to try this out. It should be nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to go up that side, a little bit further over, and try and zoom through with the 70-300. So I'll go and capture the dog. He's not disappeared, he's there, I can see him now. Right, let's get going, make the most of it. Right, I found another nice composition, so I've come right back up. You can see Vixen Tor there, but also I'm a bit out of breath now, trying to catch up with the dog. This wall here, which with the telephoto lens will kind of compress everything, looks really nice. Sun's way over to my left hand side now, which is good, and it's still popping up through clouds, so it's just side lighting all this wall and obviously the Tor as well. So I'm going to get the 70-300 on, set up a shot, and then I'll show you on the back of the camera. Right, my 70-300 I never, well, very rarely use it entered, so I keep it in the box at home. But I've got I use a case filter system, so I've got their magnetic filter ring on the front, which is permanently attached. Then I'll just use the cap from that then to just makes it a lot quicker. Also got an EF to EOS R adapter on my camera body here, which will convert my EF lenses. Right, so lights coming up, it's looking good. So here's my composition, zoom through to about 135mm, and you can see that wall leading through the shot, kind of snaking through, tree in the centre, and then obviously the Tor in the background, a nice slither of sky at the top. Try this in portrait format as well, and I've zoomed even further into just over 200mm, so it kind of really compresses everything, brings that wall with the fence line at the bottom of the frame, so you've got kind of layers in the shot, finishing off with that nice sort of moody sky in the top.
Despite missing the mist at the location where I was shooting, on the way back home I couldn't resist stopping, and I probably got the best mist shots I've had or taken for quite a while. It was great. It's just a shame it wasn't where I was stood when I was doing the shoot. Didn't record any video, but managed to get these images on the way back.
Good boy. Yes, you enjoy that? Right, well, that's a wrap, I think. That's pretty good. I'm really pleased with those this morning. The light was fleeting and subtle, which is good. Didn't want it too harsh. But yes, that was a good shoot this morning. Was it worth getting up and getting out? Definitely. So that's the message, I think, for this video. For me, more than anything else. So when that alarm clock's going off first thing in the morning and you're thinking, oh, I just want to stay in bed, just get up, get out, and you get rewarded. So for now, I'm going to pack up and get back to the van, get this one back, get him some breakfast. Are you hungry? Yes, hungry boy. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I'll hopefully see you on the next one.